Hey y'all, it's your Suburban Pool Boy again, coming back at y'all with another video. Here are my 6 cost-efficient planty tips. Number 1. So I tend to be a bottom water, and so when it comes to bottom watering a crap ton of plants, it can become very tedious. So one trick that I do is that I actually use an under the bed container. This would be a container you would usually store like extra clothes, extra shoes, extra whatever you want, and just shove it under your bed. So what I did is I went to my local Walmart and purchased an under the bed container for roughly around $20. And with that, I can now bottom water roughly around 20 plants inside that at one time. What's really cool about it as well is that the lid itself, once you're done bottom watering, you can simply just place your watered plants simply on the lid and just leave them there to dry. Then afterwards, once you're done with the bin, you can simply just place back on the lid and just shove it under your couch like I do. Tip number 2 would be to paint your terracotta pots. So I use terracotta pots as like a cover pot. I keep all my plants in their plastic nursery pots still. So here are a couple examples of my painted terracotta pots. So one would be this, number 1. Sorry, and I didn't paint that one, but I did paint these two myself. Yeah, so just some spray paint, some acrylic paint, and some gloss at the end. Yeah, so this is a very cheap and efficient way to decorate your home as well as your cover pots. As well, it's also a cheap way for a date night. That'd be really cool, you know, like, hey hun, let's go paint some pots and just drink a shit ton of bottles of wine. I mean, that sounds like a good date night to me. Tip number 3, and that would be to save all your small nursery pots. The reason why I say that is because you never know when you may need one of those small nursery pots to fit into a nice cover pot. For example, I have this like 5-inch nursery pot here, and I can't find a perfect pot that fits perfectly in this here. So for example, here is just a regular 4-inch pot. If you can see that, definitely does not fit in there correctly. Here is a 5-inch pot that I thought would work in here, but no, still don't fit. That's all I gotta say. Same thing with this one. 4-inch pot won't fit into this. That's why I always say save all your random ass pots, for you never know what pot may fit into your cover pot. Sorry, I'm being too loud, abs. I know. Tip number 4, save all your bottles, containers, and plastic cups. So sorry, I save a lot of my iced coffee cups here and just reuse them for my plants all the time, you know. Need a scoop for soil? Bam. Need a container for shipping? Bam. Need a cup to pee in? Bam. This can be used for so many things. I actually use these lettuce containers as well. So these will make freaking excellent like humidity boxes. Like they have a seal and everything, and then they simply just can open wherever you want to, and they just live there, you know. That's dope. I've seen even people use like those you know, the rotisserie chicken plastic containers. Like those work bomb as propagation stations as well. So yep, whatever floats your fucking boat. My last reuse is use glass bottles. So I personally reuse my sake bottles. I simply just take off the plastic tag. Not only do they look aesthetically pleasing, but you know, it gives me an excuse to go buy more sake. Tip number 5, and that would be to use coasters or even like those hot placemats as like, or what are these, hot plates? What are these called? I don't know what these are called, but you put them under like hot stuff, like hot teas and stuff like that, so it doesn't ruin your tables and countertops. But yeah, I use these as placemats. So back in the day, I used to go thrift shopping and always find these like wooden coasters for really cheap, and so I would always pick them up, and I ended up using them as my plant placemats now, and they work perfect. So look, as you can see, there's some marks around here. That's from the watering of my plants. Awesome way to not ruin your countertops, pretty much. Tip number 6 is to use mirrors or anything reflective, just to give some extra light. So I use a bunch of mirrors in my own propagation station room, where I just have a light shining down and just mirrors on all 3 sides, which pretty much acts like a greenhouse. Yeah, I even have mirrors on my with some of my plants, just at the sides of them, just to provide them a little bit more light. I've seen people even use like aluminum foil on cardboard and use that as like reflective gear as well. Like, by all means, whatever floats your boat. Like, do what you gotta do. Those are my 6 cost-efficient planting tips. Please like, share, and subscribe, and catch us later.